naming your business, getting certified, and all of that. I would like that on every broadcast I come at you on Monday now, we'll be able to engage with your corporate law teacher, Helen. She is a private lawyer and a principal partner at Altus Law Practice with expertise on corporate law practice and compliance, business registration in Nigeria. So I did tell somebody earlier that it's not just the dream of having a business that you are already on with 2026. You need some understanding, and that understanding is when the Corporate Affairs Commission is able to know your business. So maybe we will have you start with us, letting us know the significance of registering a business.
Thank you very much, Cos. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Okay, so just like you said, we're going to be having this every Monday for the meantime.
Yeah, of course.
So I intend to do like a general overview and introduction as to, the importance, just like you have asked, of having your business registered with CAC.
Yes,
and beyond that, I'm going to talk about, compliance issues, because the year is quite early.
Very true.
And this is when you are supposed to comply within time, because by the time we go further into the year, the time will come that all your compliance, you start to run into penalties. So I'm also going to talk about that. So you asked me a question, so let me answer directly that what is the significance of registering your business with CAC?
Yes, of course.
It is, in fact, the benefits and the significance are enormous.
All right.
Number one, it gives your business, that legal entity. It gives it an identity. It's just like giving birth to a child. The day your business is registered, that day the business is giving birth to under law.
Okay.
Yes, you can go about doing your business without registration. It's not known under the law. Yeah. So registering it with CAC gives it that unique identity. That's number one. And then number two, it gives it the brand identity. Right. Your name will be registered and it will be exclusive to you. Okay. You could, for instance, you could say your cousin on radio, but anybody could be anybody's cousin on radio.
Please, I need my brand.
Yeah, exactly. You can decide to trademark this name, and it becomes yours.
Yeah,
and nobody else can, use it, especially that you have built a brand around it. So registering your business helps you to have that legal stamp on your name and on your brand. Okay. And of course, it helps you to do business beyond your small world. Okay. There are certain interactions, certain contracts that you want to do. If you don't have a registered business, you can't do it.
I heard that.
Imagine one of your calls out there now is called to come and take up a contract of say 100 million or 200 million, and you say, oh, sorry, I don't have a business. You're not going to come and say my business is ABC. You don't have a registered identity. So registering your business helps to expand your business, to help you to trade, beyond your small world, to relate. There are so many benefits.
Look at what I'm thinking. The concept of mentioning just a contract that is worth 100 million is already pushing me out of my seat. Do you understand? So I think that someone will need to jump on this one and follow up with us. I like us to always present live moment of value for you. But then let me delve into what she has actually wanted us to have, being that in the coming weeks, you will be having your corporate law teacher with me on live radio as we interact. From the concept, you said general introduction about corporate compliance with emphasis on CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission.
Yeah.
What are some of these compliances? Let's get the intro clearly.
Okay, so it's very simple. I think we've had this conversation even on this channel the last time.
Yes,
but you see, it cannot be overemphasized, the issues of compliance.
Okay.
Even just last week, I had to help somebody save their business on this issue of compliance. Okay. So what this means is every year you're supposed to come to CAC. If you have a registered business with CAC, you're supposed to come to CAC and say, oh, I'm still alive.
Okay.
My business that I registered with you
still alive.
is still alive. It's still a floating, business. I haven't gone moribund yet. I haven't died. So you just come to file an annual return to let CAC know that you are still in business, or you still intend to keep this name, because CAC is keeping your name on their birth register. I'm using this illustration, right, to say that all the businesses that CAC have betted, he has their name on his register. Okay. After a while, they need to know whether you are. Imagine you haven't showed up in 15 years. After a while, they can't keep carrying you and not knowing whether you are alive or not. They are going to have shed off the load. So you come to CAC every year to say, I'm still a going business, and then you file your annual return, and that's just what it means to comply with CAC annual returns.
Help me make an understanding. When you talk about this annual return, is it in millions of naira? How is it like?
Oh, no. It's actually not even
money.
The money is not very significant.
Okay.
Because I mean, there's money involved.
Okay, but it's not significant, right? It's not something that will take away your pocket. I should understand.
No, not
okay.
At all. So the idea is, as provided for in CAMA, so that every year between January to June, all businesses are supposed to come to CAC and say, you file it. When we say annual returns, annually you return to CAC and file the existence of your business. So there are requirements of what you should file, of course. The details of the business, the directors, just everything, the state of your business as it is at that moment. You come and file, and of course CAC will take a fee, for providing that service for you. I mean, it's not out of place. So there's a fee for that, for providing that service for you that you pay to CAC. And then, of course, if you're going to contract a lawyer like us or, other accredited agents to do that filing for you, definitely they will also take a fee for their service. So this is where, the money conversation comes in.
Okay. Because when you hear annual return, some of us will like monies a lot. We always want to tie it down to that. But you just heard a clear conversation from your corporate law teacher. But this is what I'm thinking. I would wish that I opened the phone lines for you too subsequently as we go on before we wrap up today, so that if you've got some questions you would like to ask your corporate law teacher, you can come on 0707 242 6258. The numbers again, 0707 242 6258. But while you're at it, I need you to note that there are new improvements on CAC portal, which your corporate law teacher will share with you, very fundamental. But I'll let you know quickly, she's not a staff of CAC. Before you now start thinking, okay, I've got a staff there. She's a legal practitioner. It's just that she's interested in your business, a corporate lawyer. So she's hoping that you are not actually going to take some moment for granted in 2026. And that's why we're trying to serve you this information on live radio. So do you talk to us on the new improvement on CAC portal?
Okay, yeah. So I think about a few months back, there was a new version of the portal that was launched, 3.0. And there were very fundamental improvements that it's commendable, and I think that it also helps private citizens who do business in Nigeria to it's a good thing to worthy of note rather. So for instance, one of the significant one and the one that stand out for me among all of it is the fact that you can now register your business instantly, particularly business name. Business name. There are many entities that you can register with CAC. Company limited, incorporated trustee, and then a business name. So for your business name, you can now register it instantly. Yes, on the CAC portal, because we now have AI approvals. Before now, when you apply for the registration, you have to wait for the staff, some approving officers behind closed doors to just go through and approve. But now, with the advent of AI, they've also improved the portal with AI approvals, and then you can just file in immediately within maybe 5 minutes to 10 minutes, your certificate is out.
Can you imagine? Cousin, did you hear that? We have always believed in the AI. It's not that while you're talking now, I'm remembering something that happened to some of us last week. A cousin who is listening to me now would tell you that they thought that any business that is registered with CAC cannot scam anybody. But some people were scammed recently online. Can you tell me? Because the truth is, they've shown certificate of CAC and all of that. But then, with what has happened now, they can't track these guys. What's the issue?
Yeah, a lot of people make that mistake. And thank God that you asked this question. Let's also help,
It's very important.
Very, very important, yes.
Yes, because
people feel like because, there's a CAC certificate to a business, it's legit, so it cannot scam. It's not, it's just like human beings. It's just like you saying, because this person is a human being, I can come and claim to you that I'm a medical doctor, for instance, and I'm not a medical doctor. You didn't do any verification. you're not going to hold my parents who gave birth to me responsible, right? So CAC has registered some of these businesses. They are owned by human beings. Human beings operate them, and then they can decide to do fraud with the business name, right? It's not CAC fault.
Okay.
It's just the wickedness of human mind, the crime that people go out to commit. So, and then also talking about whether you can track it or not. If the business is registered with CAC, there is some level of tracking that you can do. Okay. Yes, I mean, you go to CAC, you can know who is behind certain businesses.
All right.
It is called search. You can search the business details. Okay. On CAC. Yeah, it's a service that CAC provides.
And you have access to
you have access to the names and all the human beings that are behind any registered entity.
The cousin is listening. Yeah.
Oh yes, because people just come and say, "Oh, we have a CAC certificate, we're a registered business," and they will tell you there are some money lending company or something, and then because you see CAC, you say, "Oh, they are legit." Of course, they might be legitimately registered with CAC, but CAC is not cannot decide what people do with their business that they register with them.
I got that. Now, what's your own question, cousin? I hope that you're able to get through on 0707 242 6258. My interest is that we're able to help you on the flip side of the radio with your business registration, all the necessary information you need to know as regards to your business brand. It's important that we hear from you, whatever questions you've got, or maybe a contribution to make. 0707 242 6258 is the number for you to call, and let's have you live here. Your private corporate law teacher, Helen, is in the building. She's a principal partner at Altos Law Practice with expertise on corporate law practice and compliance, business registration in Nigeria. And someone says, I want to register my business. When to register a business name? Can you talk to us on that?
Okay. So like I said, there are different kind of entities that you can register with CAC. Okay. There's the very popular one that we know is business name and company, right? Okay. So even company, there are different types of company.
Help us out now. We have always not limited.
Exactly. I'm going to try my best, but I don't think that 30 minutes on radio is enough to give out that explanation. But there are different kind of company. You have a private company limited. You have public company. I mean, public company are the quoted company on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. That's why they are called public company. So the general public can buy shares into them and be a part of it. Then the private company. We also have company limited by guarantee. Okay. Yes, we have unlimited companies also. So when you hear this limited, what that means is that the liabilities of the owners of this company is limited by the shares that they own. So when you say a private company limited by shares, is that, for instance, you register your cousin of Radio Nigeria Limited. Your cousin. So now, your liability in that company is going to be proportionate to the amount of shares that you own in the company. That's where that word limited comes in. Yeah, comes in. Okay. But not to bore us with all of these legal terms. Yeah, you asking when to register a business name. The very popular one is business name. Business name is for small businesses. Okay. Your tailoring business, your POS business, your small shop, your small fashion business, your barber shop, your hair salon, and all of those are small businesses that you just need some form of legal identity. Okay. You can register it under the business name. We also even have limited partnership, and I don't know if I should go into all of
we're trying to do an intro today, we might not go into detail. Why I'm actually bringing that now is because the air is fresh, just like you started in your opening, and I'm feeling that somebody needs to know, because for them, my business, whether I register it with CAC or not, what I am looking out for is to make my money. And that's the point at which I want to drive you into this perspective now, that what happens if someone refuses to register their business?
Yeah, and then with the new tax bill,
that's another one. I don't want to tell you about my salary now. Go ahead. Yes.
It's very necessary for you to separate, your personal dealings, financial dealings from your business financial dealings.
Okay.
So, and how do you get to separate your business financial dealings with your person if you don't have a registered business? There's no way that you're going to open a bank account in your business name if the business is not registered. So, one of the compelling reasons for you to even register your business is because you will need to open a bank account, and without that legal entity, legal registration with CAC, you cannot open a bank account.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cousin, now I'm challenged by the calls. I don't know. That's why I wanted you to talk with me while you were coming from where you were coming, because sometimes my engineer had actually told me that the network is always having an issue with the transmitter. So I'm hoping that someone actually is up and you're not struggling to get in touch with us. If I don't get it, I might release your personal line so that they will talk with you after now. The numbers again, 0707 242 6258 is the number for you to call and be part of this live radio discuss. I've got with me, I call her your corporate law teacher, but she calls me cousin on radio, and I'm her first cousin. How do you put it? Before any other person comes in here now. So we are trying to see how we can bring a total introduction to corporate compliance with empathy, CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, when it comes to annual returns compliance, when it comes to the improvement that have come through for CAC in recent time. Business name registration is now instant with AI approvals, and someone says until today they didn't know that. Now we're hoping that you are able to ask that particular question you've got on 0707 242 6258. But in the coming days of Monday's broadcast, I'm very deliberate and intentional to always have a space here. Now tell us, while we look out for the coming Mondays, this is just an introduction. You've had a general overview to what we will be doing on live radio broadcast. What are some of the areas you think that we'll be having? For instance, next week, Monday, what should we be expecting so that a cousin who is following up, maybe by then, we should have the calls pulled through. Let's hear you talk to us.
Okay, so I intend to also talk about the other kinds of entity that you can register with CAC.
Yeah.
So for instance, you can, beyond business name, beyond company, we have what we call incorporated trustee, where non-businesses are registered as incorporated trustee. And then you have company limited by guarantee, that is also a registration for non-profit making business. Okay. So I would like to differentiate when you should register your entity as an incorporated trustee, and when you should register it as a company limited by guarantee.
I'm just pretending to understand what you're saying now. And it's not good for a cousin to pretend on live radio, because for us, it's before now, we didn't know some of these differences. So I can't wait to have you come into that. But for the benefit of some cousin who is joining us for the first time, I'm trying to make sense so that let it be that I'm taking something very valuable home today. Okay. The difference between this limited and guaranteed is looking at one of these banks that is in Nigeria, but I don't know. I like the language guarantee. But let me, in simpler terms, so that we are able to make the difference clearly.
Okay. So
yes, cause.
So for instance, you see a lot of people say they want to register NGO.
We have quite a number of them, NGOs here and there.
NGOs. People know it as NGOs, but it is called incorporated trustee.
You heard
so
that now.
When you're it's a type of entity that you register with CAC for non-business, non-profit making businesses. Okay. Let me not call it business. Right. Non-profit making organizations. Okay. So it could be an organization, it could be like an association, it could be your religious organization like church, like mosques, like your alumni associations. Yeah. So all of those come under incorporated trustees.
Trustees, okay.
Yes. Why it is called incorporated trustees? Because you have like a board of trustees that sits over the affairs of these organizations and associations, whether it's a non-profit or whether it's is your initiative, is your club, is your whatever it is, right?
Yes.
So those human beings those leaders who take responsibility for the affairs of that organization are incorporated at CAC. So they are called trustees, and then you incorporate them. So it is called incorporated trustees. So CAC will now see it as a legal entity. It is registered that way. But we also have another version of it,
Okay.
which is called company limited by guarantee. Now this one is like a company, is a business.
Okay.
So I give you an example. Let's say your cousin on radio.
Yes,
you start like a development center, like a school, you know, for skill acquisition, right?
Yes,
you know, you have people come to sign up, they pay, but you don't want to make profit out of it.
Okay.
So this your development center that you have set up is just for you to give back to the society. But I mean, people will pay money, and whatever profits you make, you still put it back into the same business to expand it, right?
Yeah.
So it's a company, it's a business that you have set up, but your intention is not to put
Make
profit
profit.
in your pocket.
Okay.
Whatever profit you make, you
Give back to the
give back
society.
into the same business
All right.
to expand it. So
Okay.
in that case, you can register it as a company limited by guarantee.
Okay.
So it is not limited by shares because you don't own shares in the company.
Oh.
You only guarantee some certain amount to CAC. You say, as directors, you will now say, you guys guarantee so amount, you know, to take care of the affairs of this business or of this company, right?
Okay.
And you know, in events that you know is going to fold up, there is also modalities for how it will fold up. So you have some universities that will want to operate as a company limited by guarantee.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They also, so I think the Nigerian Stock Exchange is registered as a company limited by guarantee.
Okay.
Yes. So these are. I'm already.
You're
talking
doing
about
so much, and I'm loving it. Right? It's about information, right?
Yes,
And I'm
it's
hoping
about
one of my cousins just came in and said she would want to see you.
Oh,
So I should have an understanding, right? We would draw a curtain here because, of course, what I intend to do in the coming days is that your corporate law teacher will always be here to sensitize. This time, you don't need to commit any wahala with CAC. Every information you need is available for you on live radio when we come in here Monday's broadcast. But this is it. I suppose that you could reach her on her personal line should you have some questions. I'd promised them that, right?
Yes.
Is it the line I have I'm sharing with them? Or,
Yes, sir.
So that you ask your questions directly. Please, I did tell you she is not a staff of CAC. She is a corporate lawyer, and I'm hoping that I take advantage of her knowledge on live radio so that we're able to engage with you correctly in the coming days, in the coming months. You don't need to make mistakes unnecessarily while you want to register your business when you've got a corporate lawyer here that can help you, give you the information, the education, anything you want as regards to your business. 0803 456 7611. The numbers again, 0803 456 7611. Any question you have as regards to registering your business, annual returns to CAC, whatever it is that general compliance with CAC, you can reach her and she will be delighted and excited to attend to you. 0803 456 7611. Let me give you your final words on this broadcast before we go. What will you tell my cousin as your last words?
Oh, thank you, cause
Thank you
it's
too.
actually, you know, because I had a little bit of delay with the traffic, you know, and all that. But I'm very delighted to be here, and I look forward to an engaging year with, you know, your cousin.
Very important.
Every Monday on radio like this.
Very important.
And so, please, I would like to, you know, take our questions. I would like to. Whatever clarification you need on CAC and general compliance, you know, I'll always be here on radio every morning to answer you. But I hope that what we did today was beneficial to
very important. It was. It was.
Out there.
It was. I can guarantee that. I just could feel that is the network issue. If not, we should have been able to have one person to join us live on radio with their question or contribution. That I can guarantee. Thank you so much. But you should also help us. You are on social media, your handles, so that they follow up to get some of this information. Well, I know you've done quite a lot.
Yes, exactly. Yes. You can. I have a YouTube channel where I do some of these things in details, and then I post on YouTube. So Helinodoma is my handle on social media, on all social media.
See how you call the name as fast as though I'm from Kogi State. Take it clean and easy.
Okay. I forgot I'm on radio.
I heard that.
Helen Odoma.
Yes, cause
Helen as the normal Helen, Helen,
All right.
and then Odoma is Odoma.
All right.
So that's my handle on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube.
All right.
Yes.
There you have every information you need. But of course, I did say, should you want to engage with her, because it's a weekly thing now. She's not always here with me. It's just Mondays that we'll be engaging. So you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. She's available to reach you. 0803 456 7611. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Cos, for having me.
Aside with you today on Morning Grill with an understanding of business, corporation, and live radio broadcast with your corporate lawyer. I love her name, Helen, a private lawyer and a principal partner at Altus Law Practice with expertise on corporate law, practice and compliance, business registration in Nigeria. I'm hoping that you will take advantage of all the times that we will have in our space. A beautiful morning to you. What's happening? Thank you, cousin, for coming through. We appreciate it.